joins us on the line now. Ryan, good morning.
Morning, Nick. How are you?
Very well, very well. I'd imagine you're well too after what was an incredibly productive week. If you were to take one abiding memory from this week with you, what would it be?
Saturday night on the way home, I suppose.
I asked it. I knew I'd get something like that. You could reflect on a job extremely well done. I just want to pick out a couple of performances and something I remarked on earlier in the show. And it was your real evident affection for Auguste Rodin after he won his sixth Group 1. You obviously hold him in very high esteem as a racehorse, we understand that, but you do seem to have quite a soft spot for him. Why is that?
I think he's... First time I saw him would have been February as a 2-year-old. And I loved him the first day I saw him. And I think the first time I sat on him up the front, I think my words were to Wade, this win the Derby. And he's just always showing himself to be a high-class horse. I've always thought he had the ability to do everything he's done. Been a few along the way, but we've always thought there was a reason for him. And he's won 6 races, 6 Group 1s, and 5 of them are sort of £1 million races, you know. Not many do that.
And although he hasn't necessarily won his races by really, wide margins, do you always feel that there's that little bit more there, that he's always in command, even though he's not drawing right away by 5, 6, 7 lengths?
He felt very much in control there on Wednesday. I never really asked him to. He was finding they were never going to get by him. I think the third horse came first of all, and he weakened in. The second horse, he came a little bit, and he wasn't getting any closer. You know, when I needed him, he was there, and he answered every call.
And obviously, that's 1.25 miles. He's got loads of form at 1.5 miles. Is he mix and match for you, or does he have an optimum set of conditions?
No, I think ground's important. I think he needs fast ground, but 10 or 12 isn't an issue.
That's a horse that you clearly had a lot of faith in from the beginning. He's justified that. Talk to me about Kyprios and the significance of that victory, because last year after that champion staying race, you were pretty hard on yourself. Do you think, though, that he's a stronger horse back to his best this season after all the tribulations he went through last year?
Look, I think for everyone that's been involved, and to get him back was quite extraordinary. I don't think they didn't think he would be able to get in there. When he got beat last year, I was disappointed with the way it worked out. That was one of them things. You know, he'd been on an incredible winning run, and he only had the 2 runs last year, and he's run second and 2, a Group 1 and that race championship. You know, he hasn't run a bad race for a very long time. He's been a very consistent horse. He's a very horse. He stays really well, but he's not slow. I mean, it'd be very hard for him to, he has kind of the tools that you need. He's got the stamina, he's got the speed.
And obviously you need another good horse to make a really absorbing race, which is what we got. When Trawlerman started to wind up and started to commit under William Buick, did you feel you always had matters covered? Yeah,
look, we respected Trawlerman a lot after last year, and he ran a good race in Dubai. He was getting it all his own way, and the race worked out pretty well for me until KS Chorister kind of got a run on Benoit, and then I wasn't where I wanted to be, and it just wasn't as straightforward as what it could have been. I just thought it was value for a bit more, to be honest with you. And but look, yeah, 2 good horses, and my lad's a bit special, I think.
A bit special, Kyprios, for coming right back and winning the Gold Cup. I'd love to talk about these 2-year-old fillies. We were waiting for a 2-year-old to really set us alight. One did, and I thought, well, that'll be the best 2-year-old performance of the week. And then another one came along. Two real talents, it looks like, in Fairy Godmother and Bedtime Story. Can you contrast them a little bit, Ryan? In what ways are they different?
I think Filly that won the Albany, she's a very fast horse, always shown us to be very natural. You know, we a bit surprised when she got beat the first day, and you know, she's always shown a lot, so she's there. She's a very good 2-year-old. The other filly is probably a slightly different type. I don't think Aidan had asked as much for her just yet, and that was the first time she was really asked on Saturday there. So she was hugely impressive.
Yeah, I mean, she drew off by 9. You don't win any race like that by 9 unless you're very, very good. In the ITV interview I heard yesterday, you were keen just to be a little bit cautious on the basis that you weren't quite sure what was in behind. And Sean and Billy, when we were talking to them earlier, were both almost more impressed with Fairy Godmother as sort of fellow riders and observers. One is much shorter.
Which one's better? I don't know.
Say again.
You want me to tell you which one I think's better? And I don't know.
Not really. No. Just more that there was obviously a reaction. We saw one and we go, my God, she's amazing. And then we see the next one and go, oh, she's even more amazing. You know, and we sort of believe the last thing we've seen, if you like. Whereas if you're saying, well, actually they're different, but there might not be too much between them in terms of ability, that probably then adds to what we know.
Yeah, look, it's very early days for them. They've had 3 and 2 runs each respectively, and we'll see what they do over the next couple of months, and plenty to look forward to anyway, Nick.
And just before you go, Ryan, I'd love to ask you about Henry Longfellow in defeat, because that was a big step forward from France, which Aidan and you both described as a bit of a non-event. Do you think he can build and get better still?
We'd like to think so. I think he's a horse we're learning about, and he's getting, obviously that was a big step in the right direction, and we look forward to seeing what he can do throughout the rest of the year. Still believe he's a very talented horse. He was beat by a really good colt on the day, and so we've just got to find a way to improve a little bit.
Ryan, great week. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Nick.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.